Hello, hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Welcome.
This is Love and Life today. If this is your first time, why don't you go ahead and subscribe, and if not, it's lovely to have you here.
You know, I promised in the last video we'll be back for this one.
Okay.
Here we are.
Ta-da!
Promise kept. What we got today?
Yeah. Today we'll be talking about making your marriage a united front. You are making sure that that marriage is sweet and beautiful.
Okay. Why don't we get started? Right after the short break.
Grab your popcorn and let's get started.
I'm Martina Tutu.
Welcome back. So you would agree with me that the devil is out there to get marriages like divorces, abuses. You see young folks, they don't even want to get married. You name it, different sorts of things. Like even families, they are speaking against each other. Like nobody wants to get married anymore. They are just scared.
Yeah,
they are
like, is marriage really worth it?
Like, are people really married in the happy in the marriage? You know, that kind of thing. Like, you don't just know the reason to go into this so-called marriage. And even some of us, well, not me, like many young couples that they are in that marriage, they don't really see anything in it.
Yeah,
like
they don't see value.
No values. They are not happy. They don't even know if the marriage is worth it anyways. Like, they just live. They live inside that marriage and they are there physically, but their mind, their body, their soul, elsewhere. They are not in the marriage. And today we'll be talking to you about how you can actually be in the marriage, bring your spouse in that marriage, and enjoy the man and the woman that God has given you.
Okay, so we'll talk about some of the things you can really do to ensure your marriage is united. When we say united, means you both are in the marriage together, not someone being committed and the other one being like, if it can scatter, let it scatter.
I don't even care anymore at this point.
So I think the first one is to discuss our personal goals.
Yes. And I think that starts from even before you get married to that person. You need to discuss the things that you want to do. When you marry at this particular age, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I remember when I met Dara like 5-6 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yes. And then we were talking about the things that we want to achieve in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years. What do you want to do? And honestly, guys, most of the things that we listed, we've ticked them out. Pim. And that's because we discussed these things. Like, we had plans for them. You ask your spouse, you ask the person you're dating or you are married to that, okay, what do you want to do in the next year? Now, the year is running to an end now. So you want to start asking your spouse what they have.
Want for next year?
What do you want to do in the next 5 years? What are the things you want to do in 2023, in 2024? Discuss your goals and also discuss the goals you have as a marriage, as a couple rather, in the marriage. Discuss the things that you want God to do for you in that marriage or for you personally as an individual. So when you have these things involved, that means you are bringing your spouse in your life and
they are involved.
They are involved in the things that you want to do. So you don't just come on, you don't just see them driving a new car and they're like, you didn't tell me you're gonna buy a car, you know. But all these things, if you have discussed them, like, you know what, in the next 3 years I want to buy a car, I want to do this, they already know. And of course, they're going to tell you how they are processing the whole car. They're not just going to come out with a car
surprise
or something. That wasn't a good example. But, tell them the things that you want to do. Like, I want to achieve this. I want to do that. I want to achieve a degree. I want to do my master's. Even when you are married, you shouldn't stop having plans or personal goals. Make sure you have the things that you want to achieve as a woman or as a man. You don't just your goal shouldn't be just to marry and have children. Have more, do more, and make sure that you are telling your spouse all these things. Discuss these stuffs. When you sit down and talk about these things, you will realize that, oh my God, this man is into me, this woman is into me, because they will also tell you how you can achieve these goals. They might even have better ideas or better ways of achieving those goals. So you can't keep, okay, someone will say, okay, my husband will not even care. Why not? Just tell them.
Have you told him?
Even if they have and they feel like he's not even supporting me, he's not doing this,
keep telling them.
Keep telling them. By the time you tell them like 3 or 5 times, they are going to, you know what, they will calm down. You know, let me also tell you my goals and plans, you know. So
yeah, and I think also aside from having personal goals and discussing them before you go married, you should also actively discuss them. Like, you plan to achieve this goal in 3 years, so you are 2 years in the marriage now, so 1 year is about to lapse on this goal. Have you achieved them? Go back, you know, have time when you actually bring out all those old books and be like, I wanted to achieve this by this age, have I achieved it? Then you prioritize again. If you have not achieved them, if you have achieved them, set new goals. And that sort of brings the next point, which is about having plans and projects together. So if you are, as a couple, if you don't have things you're doing together, everybody just goes their way. Imagine me, if the only thing I'm thinking of is my computer, and I don't think of my wife, who's an healthcare professional. If you don't have things in common we're doing, we'll just grow apart.
like, you just be having children, bearing kids without no focus, no visions, nothing.
And then they go to work in the morning, you go to work,
And
you
you
come in the
come back and
evening, you
you're
eat,
tired
you
and-
kiss, you have sex, you have children, boom, that's all. No! Life is more than that. Marriage is more than that. Have things you're doing. For example, this video we're making for you, Love and Life Today, it's a joint project. It's something
Yeah.
God put in our hands to do together. And we have a whole lot more we're doing that is actually not on social media. So we have these things that we'll do every time. When that project finishes, there's the next one to do. There's the next one to do. So that way we are being involved together in doing things that are a joint interest to us. Of course, we support each other in our different, careers.
Yeah, of course, like you picking me up from work or dropping me off, like.
And me getting some hot chocolate in the morning.
So, you know, when you bring your spouse into the things that you know God has called you to do, or what God has dropped in your mind to do, when you tell them about all these things, that means you are united. It means that you guys are together. Like, for example, let's say you are trying to achieve something, and you've been trying not to do this thing yourself. Like, there was a time I was looking for a way to do something, and one day I just told my husband, I said, Dara, I'm struggling with this thing. Can you just help me? And boom, Dara came up with a solution. And I was like, oh my God. And I've been struggling all this while. You know, and that is why you have a partner to be your helper,
to support you, to help you,
to make life easier for you. You are not trying to compete with anybody or to struggle. Just tell them about your plans. Tell them that, and I'm even surprised that some people, they don't know how much their spouses are earning, you know, stuff like that. We just make life hard for you. Like, be sincere, be open, be transparent. Tell your partner like about plans, and as a couple as well. You need to have projects that you are doing. You need to have plans. Okay, this is what we want to do in the next 5 years. We want to buy this. Like, when you have this kind of things, you will be responsible.
Exactly. Financially, emotionally. Yeah. So let's say, for example, if my house says, okay, in the next 2 years, I want to go do my master's. Yeah. I know in my mind, I'll be preparing for it. Like, she's going to do a master's in 2 years. So I need to align my work, my schedule, and every side gig, whatever I'm taking, to align that. I'm not so busy at that time to take up some slacks in things, because you'll be busy studying. So I need support. If I, for example, wants to go and probably get some certification, I need to read at night and all those kind of things, she will know that at this time my husband needs to do X, Y, Z. So if she's not available, I know I'm supposed to take this up. That way you help each other grow and achieve, your life goals. It's, I don't know, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. And also that will lead us to the next point, which is make compromises. Like, come on, you know something is not actually easy for your spouse, but because you want to satisfy your own needs, you are like, no, I'm going to do this my own way, you do your own thing. And you'll be like, the other day when I asked you to do something, did you do it for me? I cannot do that. I cannot. You need to, for you to make this marriage a united front, you need to actually make compromises, and you need to make some sacrifices as well, so that your partner will be so much involved in your life and in that marriage. You need to make compromises for it so that your children will live better lives. Okay. You need to make compromises so that your partner will be comfortable. You want your spouse to wake up in the middle of the night and be thankful that, you know what, I'm grateful for this man. I'm grateful for this woman that you have given me. You don't want everything to be about you. Like, you know what, I'm going to do my everything in my own way, this and that. No, That is not what God has called you to do in that marriage. You are to help. You are to give comfort in that marriage. So you need to make compromises. There are things that has done that I know that in a normal world, say he's at work doing his online meetings and I need to do something. I will just ask him that, can you quickly get this for me? Like, he will make that sacrifice and come back. In a real world, someone can say, okay, I'm at work. I can't.
I'm busy.
I'm in a meeting. I can't do that. I'm
writing code.
I'm coding. I need to solve this problem. Like, you don't want to be doing that because, of course, your wife would have seen that you are busy, but you doing that to them, I mean, a lot. So you need to make compromises. You need to make sacrifices so that you and your partner, you'll be so much involved in that marriage and you will be united doing things together.
That takes us to the next point, which is agree before making final decisions. Enrolling your child in nursery, spending money, especially huge amounts of money, borrowing people money, you borrowing money yourself from people, or signing that job contract, going for that interview. Those little things, they matter. Because imagine me, let's say for example, I want to buy a new phone. Of course, I can go out and say, yes, I went to the store, I found this brand new phone, it's flippy, it's curved, and then I say, okay, I buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can do that. But wouldn't it make it lovelier if I said, hey babe, I saw this fine phone and I really like it. I should get it.
Mm-hmm.
She will feel involved. She will be involved. You thought of me. Or I want to, buy a book or get a new gadget. I know she doesn't know much about gadgets, but I still go to her and say, babe, for example, when I bought this computer, I know how many months I spent just trying to convince her to buy into the idea. I know I could have just gone and buy the computer, because I know it's very useful for what we're doing.
If you say so.
Of course it is. I edit videos like 10 times faster now.
Okay.
I can render 10 minutes video under 30 seconds.
Okay.
So it's really useful.
Yeah.
But I had to, agree before I say, okay, yes, I want to go and put this money down on computer.
So you need to agree, like, on major decisions that you make in life. Once you are married, even when you are courting the person you want to marry, you need to get them involved.
Bring them in.
Gain their consent. Like, there are things that I hear from young couples and I'll just be like, wow. Like, you need to really, like, your spouse is like your
the 5 and 6.
5 and 6. Like, you guys should.
You are one.
You are one. Any decision you want to make, you need to get them involved. Like, Dara and I, we are so much into each other that I can't even, I don't know. Even if I want to post anything, I have to send those things to him first so that he can read them before I post them. And that is why we are partners. That's why we are a couple. Like, we need to put each other first. Like, oh, do you think I should buy this? Do you think of course, I'm not saying that.
Even if I have no clue. For example, I don't know fashion. I will confess that publicly. I don't know but my wife will still come to me and ask, Dara, Sasha, you're fine. I'm like, you know me, I don't know any fashion. But I say, okay, oh, fine.
And that's because I'm so used to carry him along in everything that I do. Like, I will literally tell him that, you know what, I'm doing this. Even if I want to respond to someone, I'll be like, do you think this is appropriate? Do you think, because we are so much into each other, you understand? The same way you should also get your partner involved in your decisions. When you start small like that, getting them involved in the kind of things that you buy, then when it comes to major decisions in their life,
it will be easy.
It will be so easy. But many of us, we don't have this background. We don't have this in our foundation. So we want to start building on it. So when we start building on something that is not grounded or something that does not have a solid foundation, it will break. So if you are not doing that in your marriage, start doing it now. If you're not doing that in your relationship, start doing it now. And when you start making decisions together, then you trust each other. And that is the next point that Dara is going to talk about.
Yeah, trusting each other is really essential in a relationship, in a marriage, even in friendships.
Oh, definitely.
Say for example, someone who just called my wife, Mary, I saw your husband. He's standing with a lady in an elevator somewhere in Fambro. I'm I'm like, but you people live in London now.
No, farm bro. That's where his office is. Maybe that's his boss. You know.
Because we trust each other.
Yeah.
She knows what I can do. Except I want to surprise her, which most times she catches me anyway.
Anyways.
So your partner should be able to vouch for you because they trust you. You know, my phone is not my phone. Our phone is not our phone. Any day I can pick her phone and say, like, I'll just go through her messages. Nothing to hide. She can pick my phone any time of the day and she will go through whatever you find there.
And in fact, if I go through it, I will say, why
you've not responded to this person?
Why did you reply to this person this way? I don't think it's appropriate.
You know, most times, when I don't respond to your messages on time, it's because I don't see. But when she opens it, this person might messaged you
I'll
2
be
days
like,
ago.
you need to reply this person. You need to, you know, that's what I do. And that's because we trust each other. Like, I can't see anything. And of course, there are some times that I will see something and I will be like, oh my God, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't. And, okay, I wouldn't do that next time. And that's because we are transparent. He wouldn't say that, what are you looking for on my phone? Why would you do that? Why would you do this? You understand? Like,
I think the other one, which is actually very, I won't say peculiar to our marriage, is sometimes when you need to send money, I'm like, Dara, I want to send money to this person. Can you help me? And I say, okay, it's done. I'm like, where did you find money? I send it from your account. Which account? The one on the phone that sits in front of me in my office every day.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get what you mean. Like my home personal account. You understand?
I have it on the phone in front of me every day.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, how did you even get access to my account? You know, stuff like that. And that's because we trust each other.
I know all our passwords. But you can't torment it out of me anyway.
I don't even know if I know your password because they are always
long. Auto-save. They are long, but they're auto-saved on your device.
Oh, hopefully, if I put my fingerprint there. So, like, stuff like that. Like, you need to be able to trust your partner that you can give things to them. You can say, you know what, this is my password. These things they are basic, but honestly,
they're also crucial.
Very crucial, because imagine if you are involved in any, God forbid, like emergency, you understand? And your spouse cannot even say that, oh, I know his password. I know her password. This is where he keeps his things. You know, you need to be transparent. Like, trust each other to that level that even if someone says that, oh, and if someone tells me that, oh, and Dara did this, I'll be like, no, that's not my husband. He can't do such. Like, he can't respond to you that way. He would rather keep quiet. You understand? You should be able to know what your partner is capable of doing and what they are not. And lastly, for today, which is the important one, I decided to put it to the last part so that you can listen, is to pray together. When you pray together, it will be hard for you not to discuss plans. I mean, the prayers that you are intentional about. And also, you should study the word of God together. Like, learn from each other, learn from your partner. Like Dara likes stories.
I'm a story guy.
Like, he will just tell me stories about the scripture and everything, which I really love. Like, pray together. When you pray together, God will show you revelations of the things that you need to be doing together. When you share the word of God together, you understand things better. Like, there won't be chance for you to even argue because you spend time doing important things together.
And that will not even give space to them, because anywhere there's the presence of God, the devil flees away anyway.
Yes.
So no fight, no quarrel, because your house, your marriage is always an atmosphere for God. So Dalu, please, always pray together. I think it's please in Igbo. Or is it thank you?
I do.
But if I mother the language, please. I'm not the
Never
mother,
heard
I mother
of it
my
before.
mother. So please pray together and study the word of God together. And when you do this, essentially, it sort of brings a sort of bond also between your partner, because you agree on something.
And while you are doing all these things, you talk together, you share your plans together. The next thing is for you to cuddle, and you know where that will take you to. So, but some of you don't have all these things. You don't have this relationship. You don't have this friendship. You don't communicate. You don't talk about your plans. You just want to have sex with your wife. You just want to come out from work. You know what? Let's do this. When you talk together, when you have plans together, when you pray together, it brings you together.
Gel.
Like, you guys, I know people are busy. You go to work, but you can make plans actually that, you know what, we're gonna have a discussion when you come back from work. Stay up in the night and everything. When you do all these things together, that will give you time to you know what, it's been a while. Come on, let me do this there.
Okay, close the scene. Bye bye.
And you do that, you understand? So I hope you've enjoyed this video.
Remember, give it a thumbs up. Comment on what you think are some of the things that can bring your marriage or relationship together.
Other things as well.
And also share with anyone you think might need this or not even need this. So share on your WhatsApp, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, where else? Share it everywhere so people can learn from videos just like that. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, so you do not miss any further videos coming from us. Until we come your way again with another video, we are
Love and Life Today.